Tuesday night is, I think, our third of 4 games against Watford this season. It's the FA Cup fourth round replay. A trip to Anfield for the winners in the next round. Let's have a little look ahead to that. Steve, how would you approach this one? I guess we're not going to see the changes that we saw last time.
No, I think we will see more or less this. I mean, other than the players that aren't here, so no Holgate, no Alcaraz, I think we'll see exactly the same. Russell Martin has already kind of demonstrated what he thinks of this tie, and having earned in inverted commas a potential tie at Anfield in the next round, it's like, well, do we need that distraction? Do we need the likely? Because you would go up there, you would need to put your full strength side out. I don't think we would be able to go up to Anfield and play a reserve team. So do we need a midweek round of games where we need to put a full 11 out? I would say not. The only sort of counter to my theory there is that he made the substitutions that he did at Watford, sort of on 60-65 minutes, where he brought the big guns on, and we rescued the draw. Whereas if he genuinely didn't,
would you just left them on?
Yeah, just leave the 11 out there, saying no, that's fine. We're not fussed. Because
the draw had been made as well, wasn't it? It was that bizarre thing halfway through the second half where the draw had taken place. So word would have got
ludicrous.
I think Glen sort of said it last week, but I do think from a personal point of view that Russell Martin does really want to go to Anfield and does want to test himself against Jurgen Klopp. So there's no doubt in my mind that he wants to win that game. He'll obviously make 7 or 8 changes, I think, just because he feels he has to and he wants to give players minutes, but they'll be trying to win.
Do you think it's a good opportunity for some of the other players, Glenn? I know we talked about like the cup games in the earlier part of the season where it's been a bit of a disaster, to be honest. But people are learning the system all the time, and it's a shame that that some are going to be cup tied and some have gone. But it's an opportunity for others to kind of stake a claim.
Well, we talked after the Watford game that no one who wasn't a regular in the league side really put their hand up and said, I'm ready to play. Tyler Diblin got given a game, didn't set the world alight. Some of the other fringe players, Sekou Mara, for example, didn't set the world alight. Joe Rothwell didn't set the world alight. There was a lot of that, sort of like throughout that performance against Watford, which is why we had to make the 4 substitutions in the second half to try and rescue it. So, it is another opportunity. I do, because we've lost 2 players basically from that lineup that played against Watford, and we haven't gained any because Brooks is cup tied. I could maybe see someone like Cam Bragg starting a game. I could see maybe him coming into the midfield. So then maybe that would be a massive opportunity for him. You've got to think that maybe Sam Ammo or Tyler Diblin will get given another go, and to see what they can do. Jaden Magoma will play again.
Yeah.
And it'll be and obviously Jack Stevens will start somewhere, either centre back or right back, to try and get him up to speed again. But it is very important for the players. When you get given opportunities, I've banged this drum before. When you get given opportunities, even if it's only 10 minutes here or there, you've got to try and make an impact. Repeating myself again, you saw James Bree do that earlier on in the season. Came from nowhere, got picked, everybody cringed, and he played well and he stayed inside. Joe Aribo's done the same. Come from nowhere, got in the side, and suddenly we're talking about actually missing him, which is not something that would have happened a few months ago. So it's a big game for the likes of Sekou. I'm going to keep banging this drum as well. Sekou Mara, when's he going to step up? When's he going to actually put in a performance where you think, oh, okay, this guy might be a legitimate option to play centre forward if someone's injured. So there's opportunity out there for people, and it's just whether it comes together in a coherent enough fashion to be too good for whatever team Watford put out.
And I suppose, Alfie, it's about keeping the momentum ticking over, because we saw Ipswich lose their cup game and then they lose the league game after that. So you just want to, Glenn, I think, touched on it last week. If you're going to go to Anfield and get beat, that's okay. You can go there and you can lose your unbeaten record. But you want to keep that momentum going at home if you can.
Yeah, you might as well keep the unbeaten run going. You might as well win at home. You might as well win every game you play if you can. So I don't I understand that it's obviously not the priority, but they'll 100% be trying to win. I think the other thing I'll be looking forward to is there will be minutes for Samadozi as well. Whether he's fit enough to start or not, I don't know. I think sort of what Russell Martin said, he alluded he maybe won't be, but he'll get 30 minutes or something. I think he had, what was it, four goals in his last sort of 5 or 6 games before he got injured, so it'd be a chance for him to get some more minutes as well. But yeah, I mean, the interesting one that Glenn mentioned for me is the Sam Ammo and the Tyler Diblin one, because both of them seem to do better when they came off the bench. Obviously, it's completely different prospects starting a game and coming on with no defensive responsibilities and just sort of having the free run at somebody who's already knackered. So it'd be interesting to see which one of those he picks. I think one of them will start, and Jaden Magoma as well. I'm pretty sure Jaden Magoma will start to give Ryan Manning a day off. And I thought that Jaden Magoma actually looked really good against Watford. Like, you wouldn't have been able to tell that he was one of the under 18s, so to speak, in that game. So yeah, good opportunities all around.
And I don't think Watford have won a game since, have they? Watford haven't won a game since we played them. So
what were you going to say, Glenn?
Is there extra time potentially in this sort of goes? Extra
time and
with
that's the worst case scenario then.
Well, with Samadozi, for example, it's a bit of a risk putting him on the hour mark, and then he might have to play another half an hour. So I would suggest maybe he'll start and they'll try and get him to half time and then take him off. But yeah, because you don't want him having to play another.
You do get a 6th sub, don't you? To be fair, so you get an extra sub. Extra time. Yeah, if I'm right. So you could do that, but yeah, I hadn't thought about that. This is the last round, though, isn't it? Where they go straight to penalties after this, isn't it? For no replays, no extra times. Is that right?
I think there's still extra time.
Is there?
But there's definitely no replays.
Not that would be anything to bear in mind at Anfield anyway. So
get a point at Anfield. Get a draw.